actually, we'll start with some really nice stretches, not really yoga per se, just some stretches so that when we get to the yoga, we feel a little bit more willing to comply. Our body kind of gets where we're heading. Anyone else? Any other requests before we begin today? I already got low back and shoulders, and I always will add in neck. I know everyone likes the neck too. All right, my friends. Well, happy Friday. I'm so happy to see you today. Thank you for coming to class. Remember that you help not just yourself, your body, and your minds, but you help us all stay accountable and motivated and eager to come to class. So thank you from all of us for coming and helping us all become the best versions of ourselves together. Let's find our way to your yoga space. And if you'd like today, we do have quite a bit of lunges, all different types of twisted lunges today. So if you'd like to have something soft for under your knees, like a thin pillow, a blanket, or your sweatshirt, that would definitely be helpful for today. Aside from that, come with me, please. We're just gonna find our footing. I'm gonna make sure everyone's muted. So you guys hang out where you are, do a little bit of breath work and then a little bit of stretching. Oops, sorry, I stepped on my clock. Okay, all right, yogis, come with me. Finding our footing just a bit wider than our hip bones. Take a big breath up and in, and as you get to the tip top, clasp your hands. Let's press our palms together, lift and extend our knuckles, and lean a little bit to the right, but soften your knees here. So you feel like you could pull your upper half out of your lower. I like to think about pressing down on my knees and lifting my knuckles. Come on back to the center. Soften your shoulders as you do and lean to your left side. Soften your knees. Pull your knuckles away from your heart. Let's come back to the center. Now, how does it feel if you lean to the right, turn your navel towards the ground and look towards your right baby toe? See if you feel a little more in the back underside of your left shoulder. Roll back to the center. Through the middle we come, and try that again. Lean left. Roll your navel towards the floor. Eye gaze down towards your left baby toe and really push your knuckles away. Breathe underneath of your right shoulder blade. Back to the center. Release your hands around your low back, but hold your forearms this time. Let's release our shoulders. Give them a little wiggle. If it's possible, give them a little roll or a shrug up and down here. Let's clasp in the front again, but this time we'll press our palms to the floor. Now rise through the palms. Your pinky fingers and your thumbs will get lazy. They want to poke to the sky. So let's pull those towards our skulls. Let your left leg step behind, a really big step, and then tip over for a bigger side bend. Feels pretty good, right? Eyes to me for the first one, then we'll rotate a bit on the next. Come through the center, keep your pinkies engaged, keep your thumbs engaged. Right leg, big step behind, tip to your left. Oof, breathe into your right ribs. Big breath in here. Come on back when you're ready. Now, as you step again, left leg, let's see if we can rotate, yogis, our right shoulders under. So you've rotated eyes and chest towards the sky. Now, this is a little bit of a back bend. So if it's too much, turn your belly back to me. Let's keep it in our sides. One more breath here. As you come back to center, rotate eyes to me first. Step over. Right leg behind. Let's fix our pinkies and our thumbs. Really push your wrists. Take a big stretch to the left and see if it feels good to rotate your left shoulder towards the sky. Big breath. Back to me. Unstep. Arms fall. And then clasp your hands in front. Taking a few figure eights, just rolling through the wrists here. Take a moment to keep circling. I'm just gonna make sure everyone's muted, hang on. One more round like that. And this one's super silly, but especially nice when we've been still for the morning. We're gonna take like the little wave. Try to move your wrists, your elbows, and your shoulders. This one's fun. Seeing if you can go the other way. Oh man, that's hard. That's really hard. Okay, I'm just gonna go one way. That one was too challenging for my coordination. One more round, yogis. Here we go. All right, take a big breath in, arms rise. As you exhale, clasp hands behind your low back this time. Knuckles press down as our knees soften again, so you can try to pull your chest up and out of your low half. Big breath in. As you exhale, bend your knees more and float your belly to land on or between your thighs, whatever feels best in your body. Supporting our first forward fold with a big knee bend. Really supportive here for our low backs and our hamstrings, the backs of our legs. Lifting your knuckles skyward, let's take another big breath in. As you exhale, my friends, let your thumbs find your low back. Soften your hands all the way down towards the floor and spin your hands to the right side, just outside your right baby toe. Now, if you feel like the floor is built really low in your area, feel free to bring props near you. Something you could put your hands on to build the floor up and make it easily reachable. Swivel to the left baby toe. Going right outside this toe, a little twist down through your low back. Let's breathe in deeply here, opening your right side body. And when you come back to the center, bend your knees. Roll yourself to rise. Big stretch up and overhead. Open hands this time. You ever hear about jazz hands, jazz fingers? Give me a wiggle of your jazz fingers. Well done. Clasp around your left knee. Give it a squeeze. Releasing in your hip flexor. We're trying to release our shoulders here. And as you squeeze your knee to your chest, the hip flexor will release. Let's get a shoulder stretch. We're going to push our shins forward. Notice how my arms straighten there? Get a little tug on your shoulders. Big breath in. Working on our first balance. Release. Take a big clasp around your right knee, but first we squeeze. Elbows come to sides. Really hug your knee in. Breathe deep into the hip crease in the front of your right leg. And if you're ready, push. Shin comes forward, arms straighten. We feel a little tug, hopefully in our clavicle, right around our collarbones and the front of our shoulders. Big breath in. Wonderful job. Release, arms rise. Let's sweep the hands all the way back down with a little baby squat. Inhale, rise again. Standing tall, big breath. Exhale, little squat. Two more yogis coming in to a bit of squatting to start our class. Warming up the big muscle groups to get our body really warm. Last one. Okay, next time, you squat, step your feet a little wider. Come down as low as it feels good in your body. We can reach anywhere. We can rest hands anywhere. From here, forward fold, keeping your legs wide, knees soft, roll yourself to rise. Big breath to the tip top. Coming right back down as you exhale, yogi squat. Now we're here, my friends. Roll yourself through forward fold and rise. We have two more. We're here today to move our bodies, to breathe. Most importantly, we're here to rest and rejuvenate our mind and our muscles. So for the sake of a very short class together, I'm going to keep you moving. But if something feels too good to stay, then please do. You just stay, you linger, you pause for as long as you need. You don't have to leave. Take one more big tip. This time we're holding the right wrists. You can stay for 3 to 5 breaths. We'll focus on about 3 per movement, sometimes a little faster. Come on back through the center. Inhale, hold your left wrist this time. That big side bend is back. One more big in. Out, come back to center. Yogi squat and hold. Now, wherever your fingers are reaching, send the left ones forward and sweep them back behind you. Your right hand can be on the floor. If you're up higher, it might be on your thigh or your knee. One more big breath in. Twisting the other way, let the left arm fall. Reach right arm forward, breathe in. Out as you breathe back. Eye gaze might like to follow our fingertips, especially during our twists today. It'll help us get a little deeper. Inhale, come on forward, wide leg, forward fold. Well done, yogis. Let's find our sun salutations today. Toe heel, your feet back underneath your hips width distance, please. And when your next inhale comes, slide your fingers up your shins. Give a little press. Bring your heart really proud and forward, long from your hip bones. Halfway lift. Big breath in. Exhale, release back to your forward fold. As we're getting a little more pliable in our hamstrings, you can certainly pull your knees higher to your thighs for straighter legs. Feel free to keep them bent all through class as well. Right leg takes a big lunge back. Our first twist, yogis. So since we're beginning kneeling lunges, if you didn't have time to grab something soft, you can also roll the corner of your mat up, make it like a little burrito, and then you can kneel on your little burrito for extra cushioning. When you're feeling ready, reach your right hand out to the side and then sweep the left arm skywards. A big twisted lunge. Now, as we go through, if your knees in kneeling lunges are just so uncomfy, lift your knees. That'll definitely help. One more breath in. As you release, fingertips fall. Lift your right knee and step back, child's pose. Finding our chest to rest on our thighs or possibly in between. Settle your nose down like you're bowing, but then wiggle your fingers forward. Let's get energy through our side bodies. Can you breathe under your armpits? Try to lift them, get them really hollow and full of energy. Tent your fingers, hollow out your palms, breathe under them. And when you're ready, downward facing dog. Shift to tabletop, tuck your toes, lift your hips, and press back. Head through your elbows, chest towards your thighs. Take a beautiful breath in here, yogis. Knees can be very, very bent here as well. That will help you lengthen out your spine. Look forward. Let's find our way forward. A little tiptoe or one step followed by another. Rolling to rise, standing tall in our extended mountain. Before we continue, we're going to flex our wrists like you're holding your ceiling up. Pull your fingernails towards your skull. Widen up all of your fingers. Turn your palms towards the floor. Press your fingernails towards the sky now. Backs of hands rising. Big breath in. Soften your shoulders. Awesome. Soften the fingers, jazz hands, and then release back to forward fold. Left leg takes that lunge you choose, whether it's kneeling or not. Left hand walks to the side, right arm rises. Can you think about giving a kiss to your thigh? We're gonna roll our ribs for a little hug or a kiss in towards our thighs today on these twists. One more big breath in. As you breathe out, lift your left knee for a moment, give it some space, and then settle down, child's pose. Energy from your sides, through your armpits, all the way to your hands. Palms flat. Shift forward, table toes tuck for a round of breath in downward facing dog. Movements are always invited. Stillness is always welcome. Find what feels the best for you, yogis. Your pace, your class. Look forward, tiptoe or step, all the way back to fold. Let's roll through another few half sun salutations. Extended mountain pose, big breath in. Exhale, release, clasp hands behind low back. Really fan your chest open. You know how Superman used to go in the phone booth and just like rip open his work shirt and his Superman costume was under? That's what you're thinking right here. Bust open, find your superhero status today. Arms reach forward, breathe in. Exhale, float down, forward fold. Halfway lift, yogis, big breath in. Full breath out, float back to forward fold. Step your left leg back again. And this time, let's rise through the upper body. Remember, you can always be kneeling through the whole class. You could be elevated, finding what feels good. Just take a huge breath in. Take your eyes skywards. Try to fan your chest wide. Open your windows to the world. Really big eyes, big heart. As you release, left fingertips will come back. Right arm reaches skywards. A little twist here. Then we're coming right back to our last twist. Watch me if you're unsure. We're going to take a forward swimming stroke of both hands. Right arm rises, the left fingers fall, and you're back where you started. twisted low lunge. One more breath. Remember that kiss, ribs towards your right thigh. Give a little squeeze there. Top arm falls. Now you can push straight back to dog, yogis. If you'd prefer to find that child's pose first, this is your practice. Taking a breath to regroup. Look forward. Your next inhale, we'll make our way to the top of our mats. Forward fold. Hang out heavy for a moment. Roll yourself to rise skywards on the in-breath. Right back down, exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, let's breathe in together. Fingers are soft on your knees. You don't need them to boost your chest up. Reach behind you. Take a little flutter of your fingers. How about a squeeze between your shoulder blades? Even more chest opening that way. Fingers find their way to the floor. Right leg back. We're finding a high lunge with our upper body. Yogi's choice on the lower half. Big, beautiful breath in. Now, if you lean back a little bit, take your eyes skywards and reach wide. You might feel a back bend coming in. Right fingers reach back, reaching for your right heel. Maybe they make contact with your leg, or they might just float in space. Let's take the left fingers like there's something precious just out of our reach overhead. 2 forward swimming strokes to find that first twisted lunge. Right ribs revolve into your left thigh on a big breath in. Top arm floats down. Back leg comes forward. Find another forward fold. Rolling yourself to rise. Big, beautiful breath in. Well done, yogis. Let's go through one more round of twisted lunges for today. Big breath in. Exhale. When you feel ready, float on down to your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Right leg, let's start that one back again. High lunge with the upper body. So this one will be a little different, yogis. Take your fingertips to your shoulder heads. You can also cover your heart. Squeeze your inner thighs together and twist your upper body lightly to the left. Now, if this feels really wonderful in your body, open the arms to goal post or all the way out towards your shoulder height. Archer lunge, we call this one. From here, revisit the lunge we just did. Left fingers down, right arm up, reverse lunge, but it's a big twisty one. Big breath in. Trying to breathe through this little maze we've created in our spine. 2 forward swimming strokes to come back to our first lunge twist. Right fingers down, left fingers up. Well done, yogis. Take another beautiful breath in. Just a half sun salutation. Left fingers down. Press back. Find your way to downward facing dog. You can stop by tabletop or child's pose. Do what feels good. Let's look forward. Tiptoe our way forward. Instead of rising, we're going to come right into our second side. Left leg, long lunge back. Arms float high. Big breath. Fingertips land about shoulder height, or you could find a goal post. Let's take a little version and see how we feel. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Really squeeze your left hip forward. That'll feel lighter in the upper half, right? Great. Twisting your upper body to the right. Stay with the arms, or perhaps fan your fingers open at shoulder height. Archer lunge. Right fingers reach down, reversing this archer lunge. Really tough to reach that thigh, isn't it? Take a huge lift up with the left fingers, perhaps your eyes too. And 2 forward swimming strokes to find that big twisted lunge. Inhale here, yogis. Filling up with some good vibes for your beautiful Friday. Top arm falls as you exhale. Push back downward facing dog. And when you're ready, let's put our vinyasa together, moving our breath and our bodies at the same time. Let's find inhale together, yogis. Rolling forward to plank. Shoulders are about over your wrists. Your knees can drop. If they do, they're diagonal from your shoulders. Tops of feet can rest as well. Melt your whole upper body down into the mat. And once you're resting, walk your toes far back. Take a pillow with your hands, one on top of the other, and rest your forehead on the back of your top hand. Lifting your toes, lifting your knees and your thighs off the mat. Remember your jazz hands? Can you do that in your toes? Jazz toes. Give them a little wiggle around. Well, once they're elevated, yogis, we're making 2 rainbows. It's bring your own rainbow day. So let's lift our toes again. And as you exhale, tap them out to the sides. Lift your toes, tap them in behind your hip bones again. Each foot is making its own little rainbow. Using a breath for each movement. I use an exhale to push out, tap down. Inhale to pull in, tap down. Let's make another rainbow in each direction. Up and in. Well done, yogis. Let your feet rest completely. Shift your hips side to side. Just shake free from all that low back strength. Hands slide down by your ribs and press yourself back. Child's pose makes its way into downward facing dog. Now, as you look forward to make your way to forward fold, do you want to try to hop today? You can tiptoe, step, or look where you'd like to land. Bend your knees and whoop, hop on forward. It's fun if nothing else. And you might be like a bunny and take a bunch of little hops. Roll yourself to rise. Welcome back. Big inhale. Oh, so nice. Soft shoulders. Exhale, forward fold. We're going to go through a little bit more strength here. Big breath in. Halfway lift, fingers anywhere that feels great for your body. Since you're in superhero mode, if you reach your fingers back, your cape is fluttering in the breeze. Float fingers down, left leg steps back. Swiveling our foot flat for this one, yogis. Let's move into some warriors. Rise through your arms. Right knee bent deeply, chest and hips swivel away from right knee for warrior 2. Palms will face the sky, so our shoulders roll up, back, and settle down. Eye gaze looking to your right fingers. Now give a soft bend into your left knee, a tiny little bend, might not even be noticeable. Press down through the blade of your foot, lift through your inseam, reach your whole body to the right side. Like I've got your right fingers and I'm pulling you. Come with me. Nice. Let your head rest. Big breath in. Also bring your own sunshine day. So we're going to rise, right arm to the sky, lean with your body back, reverse warrior. The sunshine is in your right palm. Put it high in the sky. We need bring your own rainbow and sunshine day in the winter, don't we? Come on back to the center, warrior 2. Straightening your right leg, soft, kneecap pulling high into thigh. Let's start over, reach to the right. I'm pulling your right fingers, keep reaching. Beautiful, land the right fingers. Lift the left arm, triangle pose. When we lift our arms, yogis, if it ever feels too intense and unenjoyable, move closer to your heart center. Anywhere that you can think to rest is a beautiful place to be. Honor your practice by doing your body right. Do what you need today. Keep the legs, but reverse the arms. Left fingers down, right arm up. Bring your own sunshine. Put it on up there. So nice. All right, now this is a fun one, but you can opt out if you'd rather stay chill today. Come back to warrior 2. Watch before you go. I need to move away so I don't hit my head on the wall, but you're probably going to be okay where you are. All right, yogis, if you're floating with me, you'll reach right again. Lift your left heel, shift off of your left foot, and open yourself to half moon pose. I'm floating because my hands are not on the floor. My right hand was on the floor. You're in full half moon pose. Try with me. Lift up through your left heel, take a breath in. I usually take my eyes down to find it. With big breath, and then when you exhale, push away with your left foot. Really push long. Let's meet our friends back in our warrior 2. Well done. Windmill back down to your low lunge. Take a moment here to pull your right leg straight. Pyramid pose, the big wide version of pyramid pose. Rebend into low lunge and find your way back to child's and rest, or downward facing dog if you'd like to vinyasa flow with me. In your time, yogis, find an in-breath to feel strong. Float forward into plank. Out-breath through chaturanga. Now we're gonna go rainbowing in our upper arms this time. So make space overhead, making sure you feel really grounded through your hip points, your knees and the tops of your feet. And then we'll stretch our arms way overhead with our thumbs up and our pinkies on the ground. Chin is tucked. Elevate your nose and your pinky fingers. Yogis, there is a mirror underneath your nose, and you're just gonna stare at your amazing self this whole time. Lift your thumbs again, and as you exhale, scoot your arms out to the sides, tap your pinky fingers down. One rainbow done. Lift up, bring and tap your pinky fingers in front of your skull. Rainbow 2. Let's go 3 more rounds. Inhale and exhale. Press your fingers long. Now we have 2 more rounds, but while you work through this, could you squeeze your shoulder blades? Especially when you move out for this last round, yogi, squeeze them together. Press your inner shoulders together. Beautiful job. Hands rest by your sides. Extended child's pose. Walk arms all the way forward. Let them rest really heavy. Elbows, forearms, and palms are heavy in your mouth. One more big breath in here. Shifting your way back forward, find a table and then your downward facing dog. And with your left leg, yogis, let's rise, holding 3-legged dog. Push away, bending your heel towards your butt, and fan your left knee open like you're smiling a humongous cheesy grin at me with your hips. Opening your hips to the left. You might like to look under your left armpit. That will help you feel a little bit more open. When you're ready to square back up, push your leg long, then look forward. Let's take that big step underneath your nose. Back leg follows, forward fold. Hanging out heavy. When you feel inspired to breathe in and rise, join me for extended mountain pose. Clasping your hands or your forearms behind your low back. You might like to shake out your shoulders again. Just let all that tension go from your front body. Before we move on, we're gonna do a little neck stretching. Right fingers down, or you might like a fist. Left arm drapes over your skull, lift up through your chest. Let your ear fall left, your body stays upright. Now move around with your right hand so you feel a very interesting stretch. I'm gonna stretch my fingers out and back. I like it back there. Feeling your right neck and maybe over the top of your right shoulder as well. One more breath. Coming on back to the center, let your left arm fall. We're gonna pull across with the right arm, getting that shoulder release here. Left hand from the top, yogi, so we push down and pull across. Hopefully feeling a big stretch in our shoulders. Eye gaze moving to the right. Eye gaze back to me. Let's lift the right arm now, and it kind of comes across our necks. But as we pull across, maybe we feel a stretch lower. Awesome. Eye gaze moves to the right again. Big breath in. You can wiggle through your right fingers. You can rock around in your feet here. All the way back to the center. Left fingers low, maybe even a fist. Right arm cradles your skull. And as we stay tall, we lean right ear to the right. The best. Now find something that feels even better. So I'm gonna send my left fingers back. Reach all over the place. See what's best for your body. Ooh, forward has an interesting sensation to offer as well. It's like an exploratory, curious little stretch here. One more big breath in. Soften your jaw, soften your expression. Come on back to the center. Ooh, Left arm comes across your navel. We're gonna push down first. I like to think about this one as we pull over, as dripping tension out of your shoulders here. Eye gaze looks left. Might be nice to move around in your feet, wiggling through your left fingers. Eyes back to me. Let's lift the arm now, and as we take it across, we're still really pulling. Really sending those fingers long to the right. Eye gaze moves back to the left. All right, are we ready, yogis, for that last strength round? Eyes back to me. Sweep your arms down, give yourself a shrug. You can do that little figure 8 wrist stretch again, maybe just circle them. Moving and grooving, let's be a strong team here. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, float down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Let your cape flutter in the breeze if you're reaching behind you. Fingertips fall. Right leg steps back, and we'll swivel that entire foot flat. When you feel ready, a little bend to your right knee will help that leg be so much more pliable. As we soften that right knee, micro bend, you'll push the blade of your right foot down and lift through the inner arch, swiveling your palms to face the sky. Eye gaze floats through the left fingertips. One more big breath in here, yogis. Let's lean to your left, extending our side angles, letting your left ear float down. So that tug of war is continuing, and the left side is very much winning. They keep pulling you longer and longer. BYOS, bring your own sunshine. Lift and put it high in the sky. Right arm floats down. Feel like you could expand an infinite amount in your left side body. Back to warrior 2. Left knee. Think about pulling it high into your thigh for a soft hug. Lean to the left again. We're gonna cut this straight line from our armpit down to our hips. And as soon as you feel super energized, sweep the fingers right up, left down. Eyes are always able to swivel as well for a little extra fun. Keeping your legs, big breath in. Exhale, swivel the arms backwards. Our final strength position for today. Big breath in. All right, yogis, now you're welcome to stay in warrior 2. If you're looking for the balance challenge, come with me for half moves. Warrior 2 for everyone. Now, if you're gonna float, I'm gonna move to the right so I don't hit my head. You're gonna float, your right heel will rise. I like to look down. Sometimes I'll even take my left fingers down. Big breath in, use your exhale to boost. As you exhale, lift your right leg, or sometimes you need a little hop, 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 and then you lift it. Floating or full. You know, it's all about feeling good, my friends, but in my opinion, if you take left fingers to floor, you're getting a much bigger hamstring stretch. So if that is not in your wheelhouse today, it's just not feeling good, then float. Not gonna be any easier, but it might be more accessible for you. One more big breath in. All right, we have made it to our final vinyasa. Right foot floats down. Warrior 2, big breath in. Let's all move through, finding a low lunge. And if you're looking for rest, child's pose. If you'd like to vinyasa with me, downward facing dog. You can also hold your dogs. When the spirit moves you, yogis, let's do this. Roll forward on an in-breath, plank position. Exhale, chaturanga. Now we're gonna go all together with our back body strengthening. So lift your toes, your knees and your thighs, and create space between your toes. Walk your arms overhead, thumbs face the sky. Once you get somewhere where you can reach really long, we're trying our rainbows again. Inhale, push through toes and fingers. Exhale, come out, tapping down through big toes and pinkies. Inhale, elevate, push long, tap right above and below your head. Inhale, 3 more rounds. This is gonna be the prettiest, most rainbowy day today with all of this magical rainbow activation. One more big breath in. One more full breath out. Allow your body to rest, hands down by your sides. Rest your left temple on the ground. And just gently let your hips sway side to side like you're swishing out any tension from the back strengthening you've gained. Eyes move to your left, rest on your right temple as you shake your hips here and there. Well done, yogis. Come on back with your nose floating above the ground. Still in your hips, hands by your sides. Let's push ourselves back to kneeling. And once you get to kneeling, hands move under your shoulders for tabletop. Move a little bit through an angry cat here. Roll your back body to the sky. Chin tuck so much that you're looking up towards your belly. Press your ribs out to the right, and then your ribs out to the left. Inhale, ribs right. You can think about this as you move your ribs to the left, like a slow motion tail wag. Just kind of wagging your tail, loosening up your back even more. Inhale, exhale. All right, let's tuck our toes under. Shift our hips back. Find this little crouch, lifting our knees. And then keep walking hands back so you're in a little squat. Roll yourself to rise when you're ready. We're gonna do just a quick round of balances and then move deeply into our hips. Finding your way to standing with me. Big, beautiful breath in. Celebrate your accomplishments so far. Be proud of yourself, yogis. Great work today. Lift your left toes. Now you can keep them on the floor if you'd like, or send them floating forward, really wide in your chest. Exhale, press back behind you. Let's keep our chest lifted for now. Think about a little boost from your backside, up as you push your toes back. Beautiful. Come back to center, send your toes to me. Sweep your toes out to the side. Remember, you can always be tapped down on the ground. Lean to your right, star pose. Great, now we're gonna add some extra arms. Come back to the center. Inhale, leg extension forward. Exhale, reach back behind you, airplane, float your body to square. Squeeze your inner thighs. Think about your pinky toe. Is it facing the ground? Then you know your hips are squared. Great job. Back to center. Big breath in. Open to the sides, star pose, but reach your arms up and overhead this time. Shrugging shoulders down. Big breath in. Beautiful job, yogis. One more round. Don't think. We're going to move a little faster. Just go. Breathe in. Out. Airplane pose. In. Leg extension forward. Out, star pose, open, lean, lift the arms. Back through the center, forward fold, supported warrior 3, fingers under shoulders. Left leg pushing back behind you. Yogis, stay here. Or, fun option for today, standing split. So we're gonna try to forward fold with our whole head. Drop the crown of your head towards the floor. You might be looking right at your right knee. Right hand can hold your right calf or ankle, excuse me, and then we're gonna lift our toes towards the sky. Now, sometimes our hips are really, really open in standing split. Sometimes they're closed and squared. Always doing what feels great for your body. One more breath in your warrior 3 or your standing split. Drop your toes on down, find that little crouch again. Give your right calf a release. Ooh-wee. Roll yourself to rise when you're ready and just shake out that grounded leg. One of my favorite things to do is to roll toes over. Ooh. Oh, the standing leg worked so hard. Good work, yogis. All right, you ready? Round 2. Here we go. We're going to stay lifted first. Open arms, big breath. As you extend, tap your right toes forward or lift. Stay upright, but let's squeeze back. Think the back side rising here as we uplift. Beautiful. Come forward. Sweep to the side. Still staying really lifted, finding a joyousness to our chest. All right, each time we're gonna get a little bigger. Sweep to me. Come back for full airplane. Fingers will chase your right toes. Check it in. Where is your right baby toe? That'll tell you if your hips are square. We're really looking for square so we can keep strong in our left cheek. Come back to rise. Big breath in. Now, as you stretch out to the right side, we're going to lean left and open the arms for a big, beautiful star pose. One more big round. I believe in you. Come on, let's do this. Have some fun with it. Don't think too much. Just move Wiggle, wobble, fall over, dust yourself off and come back again. Airplane pose. Inhale, roll to rise, step and extend to me. Star pose, take that big, beautiful stretch. Excellent, one more big round, come forward, but this time we land. So fingers come under shoulders. Let's start there, right leg is extended behind you. Supported warrior three, this might feel great. If you think you can fold more, walk your nose towards your left knee. And as you do, start to squeeze your backside, kicking your right toes to the sky. It might be really helpful to hold your left hand on your calf or your ankle. That'll give you a little extra squeeze. Take a really beautiful breath in, yogis. Feel proud of yourself for opening up here, for being courageous. Drop down through your right foot. Have a little squat. I like to call this one a crouch. You're looking to try to get your thigh and your calf smushing together. Just release all that strength in your left calf. Rolling to rise. Shake it out like a Polaroid picture. Or you can roll your toes over, just loosen up that left leg. Well done. Let's move into our hips. Arms rise one final time today. As you exhale to forward fold, we're going to toe heel yogis wider than our hips with distance. Step your right leg all the way back. My preferred wide lizard lunge is always kneeling. Knee shin and top of right foot. But if it feels better for you to keep it lifted, please do. Left arm reaches forward. We're trying to reach way far away here. Really tugging the hips forward and down. Taking another breath. And when you're ready, we're going to come to seated, drawing your right leg in. So our left leg, yogis, will either be shin in front of right, or if you can place it on top for double pigeon, your ankle would be over your right knee. And if you feel a little cattywampus, just move your hips around so you find space between your sits bones and your knees. Wherever you are, let's take a big stretch to the sky. Beautiful breath in. Full exhale, soften your shoulders. Right fingers find the floor. As you lean into a side bend, really anchor down through your left sits bone. So you're pulling this length back into your side bodies. Same thing the other way. Left fingers fall, anchor the opposite hip down. Stretch away from that anchor. Now you might like to do this little windmilling action, lifting and leaning, but I love a sweep forward. So join me if you'd like. Reach forward, keep your sits bones down. Sweep up. Oh, feels so good, doesn't it? Big side bend. If you deal with a cranky low back, this can be your remedy. Inhale. Exhale. Let's try two more. And next time you reach all the way forward, stay there. Let your body melt. You could have your hands or your forearms for support on your legs. Maybe your belly is just softening down into all the nooks and crannies of your lower half. Wherever you are, try to get really soft and heavy. Let your face become droopy. Fingers bend. Shoulders are heavy. Might feel a little bit like a bobblehead here, just swaying side to side. Boosting yourself back up when it feels good. We're just gonna stay, but lean back now. So taking all that fold out, just really opening up. Think about your navel lengthening away from the floor. And then breathing east to west, widening your body like a jellyfish might breathe, opening and closing. Oh, feels good. Really creating space with each of your breaths. Let's try one more together. Great news. We have two sides. We can go whole. So when you're ready, yogis, uncross your legs. We're coming to tabletop. You come into your tabletop. I'll be right back. I just want to make sure everyone is muted. And once you get back into your tabletop, you will step up to downward facing dog. Look forward. You can do that little hop if you're feeling a little energized. I don't know, I probably fall over. I feel pretty relaxed after that. So I'm going to be safe and tiptoe forward. Once you're back into forward fold, let's make sure we're wide. And then step our left legs back for this lizard pose. Softening down to left knee, shin and top of foot. Getting really heavy in our hips. And then reaching right arm forward. Really trying to guide the right hip point deeply into this big lizard lunge. I like to breathe down to my hips here as if they are your lungs. So just bypass your chest. We've done a bunch of that today. Let's come down low, low. Fill up the bowl of your pelvis with a huge breath in. Let your fingers fall. Draw your back leg in, excuse me. And as you draw your back leg in to sit, your right shin will be in front. Or if your hips will allow, you could cross your ankle over your left knee. Now, if when you do that, you feel really pokey, high to the sky, place lots of supports under you. You can still sit like this. We want to feel that sense of safety and grounding. Beautiful job. Arms rise, yogis. If you have any flesh that might be trapped under your sits bones, give your hips a little wiggle so you feel really anchored in. And we're torso rotating this time. Let's bring our fingertips down, taking some super lazy circles, whichever way you want to go. Bring your navel towards one of the corners of your posture. Slide over your shins, find the other corner, rolling to rise. Let's go the other way. Don't have to worry about counting any number of rotations this way. We'll just take one in each direction. And I invite you to slip your eyes closed. Unclench your jaw. See if you can feel that sense of droopiness in your face again. You might be letting your ears fall towards your shoulders as you rotate. Getting really heavy in the back of your neck as you spin around here. Let's try another rotation in each direction, remembering this is your practice. So if this is something that you feel is so beneficial, spend extra time here. Whenever you find yourself floating back over your shins, get really heavy and stay. Maybe using your hands or your forearms, either on your legs or in front. Bow down with your chin. Let your head hang, a little bit of sway like your favorite slow jam is on. Can be really nice for your low back. Feel like your eyes are heavier in their sockets, that your eyelashes are pulling closer towards the ground. And on the next in-breath, let's rise softly. Lean yourself back. Shine your heart to the sky. Create that space again, left to right. Big, beautiful breath. Let's try for one more cycle here. Minimum one more breath. And great news, we don't have to rise again, yogis. So when we drop our chins back to our chest, we're going to sit back up. Try to unhook your legs. They might need a little help from your hands. And then we'll make our way into a wider leg, but still bent knees, turtle pose. Shifting your hips back. We might slide them or lift them and pop them back so that we feel that crease in our hip flexors again. And once you get pretty far, hips from toes, we'll bring our hands inside our knees. Making our way into wide-legged folds. We're just going to ease through turtle pose to get there today. Chest rises, breathe in. Taking a couple twists in turtle. Left fingers reach out, or perhaps they find your inner leg. Reach your right fingers to the side. Just to shoulder height, but you are welcome to keep swiveling back behind you for a bigger twist. Let's come forward when you're ready. Right fingers find the floor or your right leg. Help yourself lever open. Reach to the sidewall. Maybe continue swiveling back. Your eyes might like to follow your fingertips as well. Big breath in. As you breathe out, come on forward. Let's let our legs slide out completely. And your width will be different from everyone else's. So it could be the tiniest little V. Maybe it's a really big V. Whenever you've gotten where you're going, let's lift each leg. We'll take the flesh and pull it behind you. So you kind of lift your cheek too. Gets stuck underneath our bones there and prevents us from folding. So we lift the flesh, scoot it back behind you like you've rotated your inner thigh inward. Great. Now flex through both feet, point through both feet. Flex and point. Now really pay attention next time. Does this one feel better, flex? Or does this one feel better, point? Okay, whatever your answer is, hold it. Stretch both arms to the sky. One more round of side bends for today. Left hand reaches higher as the right one falls. Reach again, stay long. Now your right hand can come anywhere. We're gonna slide it out to the right. One more big side bend. Really heavy and soft in your right shoulder. Some of you may have your elbows inside your knees. You might be down on your forearms. No matter where you land, keep that left sits bone down. Stretch away from it. Breathing space into your left side. One more big breath in here. Don't worry, I have more to come. As you exhale, look down. Really big boost. Rising and shining. Right arm rises. More. Left fingers fall anywhere. Behind you, outside or inside the left leg. And slide out so you're heavy in that shoulder. Big side bend. Consider rotating, right shoulder behind you, eyes up. I'm gonna switch my feet. My toes are getting tired, pointed, so feel free to do the same. Feels better this way for a moment, right? Big breath in. Rotating, think about bringing your bottom ribs higher to the sky, top ribs further behind you. Big breath. All right, yogis, breathing in, look down, and use your exhale to rise. Beautiful job. Hands behind you. Let your chest open, and then we'll slide the left leg into seated tree. Oh, you know what? It's 1:56. If you have to go, this might be a good time before we finish up these last couple of twists. If you have to go, have a great weekend. Namaste, yogis. All right, so seated tree. Left knee falls to the side. Your foot does not have to connect to your right thigh. So do what feels good. This is my fave. Once you get your seated tree, the left hand comes down behind you and your right arm rises. Now really lift it up again. Options. Point your right toes or keep it flexed. We're lifting our hips. The tree stays. Push out of seated tree to squeeze your butt and rise. So I really recommend yogis trying to point your toes. It'll keep you honest and soft in your right knee. Especially if you tend to hyperextend your joints, give your toes a big point. Push out through your big toe. Drop on down. Let's take the right arm outside the right knee. Swivel your navel over your right knee. Slide on it. Yogi's choice, flexed or pointed right toes. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, descend nose and belly over your right leg. Sliding your hands back under your heart to rise. Let's lean back again. You might need to use your hands, but if you can, lift your left knee. Straighten that leg any size. Bend your right knee, and then bring that one out to the side for seated tree. Connected to left thigh, you're open. There's no wrong way. All right, right hand comes behind you, and the left arm rises. So we want to stay super energized in our sides here. Point or flex your left foot. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, squeeze your backside. Keep that tree. Push through the right knee. Push through the left heel or the left big toe, finding your spiral lift. Taking another big breath in, another big cheesy grin from your left fingers to your left toes. Your body is smiling in joy right now. And as you settle back down as softly as you can, left hand floats down outside, left leg, turn your navel to the left, float your body down over your left leg. I recommend a little flex here, helping your leg, your hamstring stay really long. Working your breath, my friends, through the back of your left leg. Think about really saturating, getting heavy in your hamstring. Taking a rise when you're ready with support. Your hands are here, so use them. Once you're seated upright, lean back. Bring your right knee to the sky, and then we'll bend our left leg as well, taking a few rotations. Just scoot your butt so you don't have any flesh stuck under your tailbone. And then allow your legs to swish. A little windshield wiper, a TikTok, however you like to think of it, in your hips. Like to rinse them clean after a good stretch. So hopefully, if you're heading back to your workspace, your hips feel a little happier. You might notice you're sitting a bit more deeply in your seat. You're feeling a little softer, less bound up in your hips. Whatever side feels good, let's roll to that side and hold, and make your way around the corner back to our tabletop yogis. Bring our hands near our knees for another crouch and shift back to lift your knees. Rolling yourself to rise into a forward fold. And as you roll yourself all the way to standing, articulate your spine. Think about rolling it confidently long. Take a big, beautiful breath up and overhead. Palms meet at your heart center, but work your heart up to your thumbs or your palms. So you've created this beautiful posture for today. A little bow to your practice. Chin tucks to chest. Yogis, I'm super proud of you carving time out of your busy schedules to accommodate your body, helping it stretch long, breathe wider, open into lightness and brightness. You deserve this today. Thank you for helping us all stay accountable. Thank you for allowing me to lead you. And namaste. My light honors you. Have a beautiful weekend.